Good evening and welcome to the 2020 4-H Ahaolelo Conference Alii ceremony. I am Catherine Chow from the Superstars Club and the East Hawaii 4-H Federation. I will be your MC for the evening. To start, can everyone please put their Zoom into active speaker mode rather than gallery mode so you can see who is currently speaking. Also, please remember that this is our first virtual Alii ceremony, so we're going to have technical glitches and we're going to have lagging, so just be patient. Thank you. Now Maya will lead us in the flag pledges.
Can everyone please rise? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to
to
the
the
republic
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Justice for all.
Can everyone please remain standing for the 4-H flag pledge? I pledge my head
Head
to clear thinking, my
my
heart,
heart, greater loyalty,
my
and
hands,
hands to larger service,
and
my
health
health
Or
for
better
living,
for
for
my
my
club,
community,
my
my
country,
country and my world.
world.
And now if everybody can please put your Zoom onto mute, unless you're going to be one of the speakers. Thank you, Maya. The Ahaolelo Conference brings together 4-Hers from across the state for a week of fun and learning on a University of Hawaii campus. It was first held in 1931 and officially took on the name Ahaolelo, the Hawaiian word for Congress or coming together, in 1947. Over the years, the conference not only brought 4-Hers from across the islands together, but it also allowed Hawaii 4-Hers to form connections with delegates attending from California, Canada, Guam, Micronesia, and Japan. Although we have not had an Ahaolelo conference every year since its start, the spirit of the conference is still alive and thriving. This has been a very challenging year for our planning committee, working around the COVID-19 pandemic and then coming up short in reaching our participation goals for our virtual conference. But in 4-H, we learn by doing, so it's all good. We learn great life skills along the way, using our head to problem solve and come up with solutions to continue making the best better. Our heart by developing relationships with people we had to work with along the way. Our hands when working together as a team on this challenging leadership challenge. And lastly, our health by managing our stress levels in the challenging times and knowing that in the end, all of this was building our character and our self-esteem. To our great fortune, a couple of weeks ago, Idaho 4-H invited Hawaii to collaborate with them in Washington in their State Teen Association Convention, SAC for short. These last 2 weeks have been very busy, getting interested 4-H members registered, selecting our adult chaperones, meeting with STAC steering committees, and planning tonight's festivities. And you know what? We did it. We got through what we wanted to accomplish. The past few days have been very fun and exciting. We had the opportunity to join workshops and community service projects of our choice and participate in friendly competitions against the other states. Every morning we were inspired by one of their special presenters, Kent Julian. We learned about Idaho's process to select their state teen officers, which we hope someday to implement in Hawaii. We even had a Hawaii delegate, Vivian Lee Kao, perform amazing multicultural dances in the conference variety show. Now here we are tonight, coming together to celebrate the end of another successful Ahaolelo conference and to commemorate and thank two very special guests that we have with us tonight. But before we go any further, I'd like to invite Dr. Jeff Goodwin, Interim Associate Dean and Associate Director for Cooperative Extension, to share a few words with us.
Okay, so first thing I want to do is just kind of mention that we all know it, but it's been kind of a tough year 2020 has, hadn't it? Especially if your community or your family depends on tourist trade. The economy's in a dive. If your family's been touched with the COVID situation, it's been a tough year. So I got to tell one quick story. Am I allowed to tell one story? I'm going to tell one quick story that talks about tough times. And my parents were 4-H age, about the age of some of the kids on this Zoom call. when they grew up in the Texas Panhandle in a time called the Dust Bowl back in the 1930s. So I got to show you a picture. Picture's worth a lot of words, right? So here's a picture of a dust storm rolling into town, very close to where my parents grew up when they were about your age. And for 8 or 9 years, one of these rolled into town, rolled over their house about once every 3 days. It would turn dark as night. You couldn't see. In the middle of the day, you couldn't breathe. Many people moved away. Many people died of dust pneumonia or suicide, all kinds of things. It was tough times for about 8 or 9 years. And you add to those dust storms, it was in the middle of the Great Depression. And I've heard stories by many, many people that a lot of times when there was a need for cash in their house back in that time in that place, they would search the house and they couldn't find a dime in their house, a literal dime. Those are tough times, very tough times. But when you look back in history, there's people that had it worse than that. So we can't dwell on our tough times too much, or we don't want to dwell on our tough times very much or too much. So I think the reason I tell that, because again, I want to acknowledge that we've had a tough year in 2020 here in this state and all over the country. And I think the message is, Jan Kemp asked what was the one word that describes what we're doing here, and I think the word is celebrate. Even when you're in the middle of tough times, you have to stop and you have to make time to do some celebration. Does that make sense? And so I commend everybody that's helped make this Ahaolelo happen this year. First time in 7 years. It's a virtual one, but it's a step in the right direction, I would say. And so the agents and the 4-H volunteers and the 4-H Foundation, Alumni Association people, whoever helped make this thing happen, I really commend you. And we're here to celebrate those two people we're going to honor tonight is another reason we're here. And I think it's amazing that you teamed up with Idaho and was able to attend their state conference and learn a lot about how do you put on a state conference, because we might be asking you to help put one on next year when we get to face again. So I'm just real excited. I'm real excited to be here. I'm excited that the people that are on this call made the time to celebrate, and it's time well spent. So appreciate everybody's help to make this happen. So let's get some celebration going. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Goodwin. I'd now like to turn things over to Marissa for the next part of our program.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Catherine. Can you all hear me good? I hope so. I'm Marissa Philizar. I'm from the Lucky Clovers 4-H Club here on Maui. And tonight I have the honor to introduce to you the organizations and people that have made Ahaolelo possible. All right. Okay. So first up, we have the Hawaii 4-H Foundation, who receives, manages, and distributes funds to aid in the advancement of 4-H. These funds augment existing programs of training and study as incentives and to develop new programs, as well as to finance educational trips and scholarships. The 4-H Alumni Association is a group of 4-H alumni who support 4-H programs throughout the state. They first started out by raising money to cover the funds for a group of Hawaii delegates to attend the 1983 National 4-H Congress. The Hawaii State 4-H Leaders Federation was created to help develop the social, education, and professional growth and development of 4-H leaders throughout the state. They partner with the Cooperative Extensive Service in making 4-H club policies, developing leadership training, and exchanging ideas. The Hawaii State 4-H Livestock Council promotes the educational development of the livestock industry in Hawaii through 4-H livestock projects. This includes assisting 4-H clubs and livestock members in the conduct of statewide livestock shows by approving and demonstrating leadership support, acquainting the public with the part played by the 4-H club members in the livestock project, and establishing rules and regulations for 4-H market livestock projects so that they may accumulate in a successful statewide event. You would not have heard about Ahaolelo if it wasn't for our lovely county agents and staff. From East Hawaii, we have Becky Setledge. West Hawaii, we have Mario Hampton. Representing Maui County is Nancy Aoki and Kyle Kaeris. Oahu is represented by Christine Hanakawa, Judy Scoville-Layfield, Steve Nagano, and Kate Eichstead. And last but not least, from Kauai, we have Savannah Kaltsuki and Haley Cristobal. We would also like to give special recognition to Dr. Nicholas Kummer for Dean and Director for Research and Cooperative Extension, Dr. Jeff Goodwin, Interim Associate Dean and Associate Director for Cooperative Extension, Dr. Barbara Yee, Professor and Department Chair for Family and Consumer Science, and Haleen Horimoto Zoig, who has been selected for the National 4-H Hall of Fame. She was a 4-H youth member on Maui who worked as a 4-H extension agent, during which she served as a state associate 4-H leader. She established the Hawaii 4-H Alumni Association in 1983 to support the Hawaii delegation attending the National 4-H Congress each year, among her many other accomplishments. The 4-H Hall of Fame inductees are recognized for their excellence in citizenship, leadership, character, and career accomplishments, and their significant impact on 4-Hers and the 4-H program. Tonight, we will be honoring Uncle Derek Kurisu and the late Barry Taniguchi, whose family has joined us today. We hope we didn't skip over anyone and would like to thank you all for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Marissa. Now I'd like to introduce Sarah from Maui to help us with our Alii presentation.
Tonight's ceremony is a part of the Ahaolelo tradition. It will include recognition of our honored guests, followed by gifts to the Alii presentation of locally significant gifts from each county 4-H program. A tradition first started in 1953. Community members are chosen as Alii based on the 4-H program values of leadership and community service. This year's recipients are Mr. Barry Taniguchi and Mr. Derek Kurisu of KTA Superstores. Barry Taniguchi was the chairman and CEO of KTA Superstores on the Big Island. He cared greatly for the community. He was a board member on several nonprofit organizations in the state and created community funds and endowments to support community-based programs. In 2016, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Hawaii Alliance of Nonprofit Organizations. Mr. Taniguchi was a strong supporter of the University of Hawaii and its programs. He established the Taniguchi Memorial Fund and started UH Hilo's first faculty endowments. In addition to graduating from Hilo High School, he attended UH Hilo and UH Manoa and earned a Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a major in accounting. He worked at several businesses in Hawaii, but returned to KTA Superstores in 1983 and became president and CEO in 1989. Mr. Taniguchi's leadership style set him apart, with a focus on keeping connections to the community and leading by example. Mr. Taniguchi believed in the idea of a local-style leadership, where he described it as having empathy, compassion, understanding, and putting yourself in the other person's shoes, and added that you can't fake local-style leadership. It has to come from within. The desire to want to help others and really nurture and take care of them has to come from the heart. He was a strong believer in treating others as you wanted to be treated, and in the value of being a good communicator, saying that communication is a skill you need no matter what you do, and that people cannot read your mind. He also pointed out the importance of getting people to understand why you do things, even if they do not agree. Mr. Taniguchi's attention to communication, community support, and leadership are in line with the 4-H mission to assist young people in developing life skills such as leadership, decision-making, public speaking, and forming attitudes that will enable them to become self-directing, productive, and contributing members of society. Leading by example, Mr. Taniguchi has provided an exceptional model of how to be successful in both business and life. Barry Taniguchi passed away in September 2019, but his son, Toby, Executive Vice President, Stores Operations of KTA Superstores, and Barry's wife, Sandy, are here with us this evening. Our second Alii is Derek Kurisu, Executive Vice President of KTA Superstores and a friend and colleague of Barry Taniguchi. Mr. Kurisu is an alumnus of the College of Tropical Agriculture and Human Resources, also known as CTAR, where the 4-H program is housed in the University of Hawaii. In 2004, Mr. Kurisu was named Outstanding Alumnus of the college, and in 2014, he was honored by the college for his advocacy of local agricultural products that help to strengthen and diversify agriculture and the economy. Mr. Kurisu also started 2 cable television shows, Living in Paradise and Senior Living in Paradise, that promote the aloha spirit and featured the same positive support for the community and the uniqueness of Hawaii. 4-H members from several Big Island clubs have been featured on the Living in Paradise show, which gave the community an opportunity to learn about the 4-H program and its commitment to service, something it shares with Mr. Kurisu. He believes in the importance of customer service and working collaboratively rather than competitively within Hawaii for the betterment of the community and the islands. The Hawaii 4-H program has also grown from his support in highlighting the program in the community and providing clubs with opportunities to showcase their projects and practice public speaking through food demonstrations in the KTA superstores. Mr. Kurisu is a great role model for 4-H members who can watch numerous videos of his food demonstrations where he teaches healthy, local ingredient-based recipes with a strong knowledge of local products and an easygoing, inviting personality that both educates and entertains. In addition to the skills of leadership and public speaking through the KTA superstores, Mr. Kurisu continues to model other components of 4-H, such as healthy living and community, by offering alternative healthful products such as low-salt soy sauce and fat-free, sugar-free bakery items, promoting and selling locally grown produce and local beef products, and partnering with 4-H and CTAR on programs such as health fairs, diabetes screenings, and National Food Day educational events. KTA Superstores has been a supporter of the Hawaii 4-H program for a long time and has purchased steers from livestock 4-H club members, then sold the beef in the store with a clover on the package to show that it was a 4-H steer. They have also worked as a partner for 4-H fundraising activities. Mr. Kurisu remembers Mr. Taniguchi as someone who left the Hawaii in a better place and made it better. The Hawaii 4-H program believes that they both have actually made Hawaii a better place, and for that, our staff, volunteers, and members are eternally grateful. Mahalo nui loa.
Hi, my name is Shayla Saikwan, and I'm from the Busy Bee Buddies 4-H Club in West Hawaii and one of the planning committee members. On behalf of the Hawaii State 4-H, we present to you tonight these gift baskets. I'd like to share with you what's inside of them. On behalf of the East Hawaii 4-H Federation, it is difficult to fully express just how grateful we are for the least support that is so generously and tirelessly given to the 4-H program, and to so many people and organizations in our community. Especially coming from East Hawaii, the members have seen firsthand the impact these Alii have made over the years. You'll find inside your baskets Big Island Candy Cookies, Big Island Delights Party Mix, and Maibo Noodle Factory's Wonton Chips. These iconic items are produced by family-owned businesses that were started right here in East Hawaii, just like KTA. Thinking of KTA's motto of "You're someone special every day at KTA," East Hawaii Federation wanted to include these types of gifts that anyone from East Hawaii would give someone that they want to feel special. Mr. Taniguchi and Mr. Kurisu will always be very special to us and our community. From West Hawaii, we included Kona chips, a local favorite in our county. Over 70 years ago, the Deguchi family started selling kettle-cooked potato chips from a shack in their backyard, and the business is still cooking up these tasty treats today. Of course, Kona is also famous around the world for our rich and flavorful coffee, grown on the volcanic slopes of Alii and Mauna Loa. Please enjoy these bags of coffee as a token of gratitude for our honorees, for all the energy that they dedicated to 4-H through the years. Maui chose their gifts to showcase the wide variety of ingredients and entrepreneurship spirit in the county. All vendors, with the exception of the Kit Kats, are Maui County based and produced in Maui. Included in the baskets are cooked please peanut butter cookies and white chocolate macadamia cookies that are baked in kahului and combine traditional and Hawaiian flavors. There are Lane's Chinese almond cookies and chocolate chip cookies, also made in a bakery in the heart of Maui that offers shortbread cookies and our local favorites such as Chinese almond cookies. Jeff's Kiave smoked salt uses Hawaiian and red clay salts and includes ginger, Kiave, and are hand blended on Maui. Jeff's Maui style butter combines many Maui favorites such as lilikoi, pineapple, guava, and orange, and is made on Maui. The Maui Crisp Teriyaki and Original are both a delicious product and a great example of the entrepreneur spirit. Maui Maui Crisp is a family-owned business on Maui that was created through an accident in developing a recipe for pipikala. The Maui Tea's passion fruit black tea is hand-blended and mixed with real fruit, berries, nuts, spices, and herbs in Maui County. The Wow Wee Ginger Snap Cookie chocolate bar is also made on Maui and features local ingredients. The last contribution from Maui is the Kit Kat Autumn Chestnut, and although it is not really from Maui, it is included to represent the diversity of cultures found in Maui County. From Oahu, also known as the Gathering Place in Old Hawaii, because it was a place where everyone met when something important was happening, they would like to honor our Alii with popular snacks, party mix and furikake mix, from a local snack shop. Also from Oahu, we would like to gift our Alii with books published on Oahu that focus on plants and yummy local recipes. Since the pandemic kept our 4-Hers at home, some of the 4-H youth and volunteer leaders made masks from 4-H fabric. We are sure that you will be able to use these items during the time of health and safety need. Kauai contributed Kauai cookies and Kauai coffee because both are made especially on Kauai. The coffee is grown on Ili and produced there as well. Kauai cookies are also in Hanepepe, Kauai, and use local ingredients from around the state. There is also a card about chickens due to the big population of wild chickens that they have on the island due to the hurricane. More information about the chickens are posted on the card. And last but not least, the 4-H Alumni Association included products in the basket made with alumni fabric. There are recycled bamboo straws in alumni material pouches to save the environment. You can add your own additional utensils into the pouch to use along with your straw. The recycled bag fits a lot of groceries when you go shopping, and the sofa caddy can be used to drape on a table or chair to hold your TV remote, snacks, pens, TV guide, etc. You will also find an apron to use when you cook or can be used as a bib when caregiving. The pen and notepad are included to keep the Hawaii Alumni Association in your thoughts. We also hope that you enjoy reading the Hawaii 4-H alumni newsletters that highlight 4-H accomplishments for this year and previous years. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nora Black. I am from Oahu County and the Manavalea 4-H Club. I am also one of the Ahaolelo Planning Committee members. Despite the COVID-19 situation, 4-H members from around the state were still able to be productive this 4-H year before we had to halt our face-to-face meetings and gatherings. Tonight, each county is going to showcase what has been happening on their island. We will present in the following order. First, with East Hawaii, followed by West Hawaii, Maui County, Oahu County, and finish up with Kauai County. Let's welcome Maya Atwal from East Hawaii.
Hi, my name is Maya Atwal, and I am a member of the Superstars 4-H Club representing the East Hawaii Federation. Tonight, I'd like to show you a few fun things our membership had an opportunity to do this past 4-H year. Our federation volunteered at the local county fair with a petting zoo, germ city, giant vegetable competitions, and fun games. Throughout the year, clubs have also raised livestock. To celebrate National 4-H Week, Catherine Chow of the Superstars was a guest speaker at Hilo Honganji Temple's 4-H Sunday service. Here's Adele's Paper Clover campaign. 5 delegates of East Hawaii were chosen to attend National 4-H Congress in Atlanta, Georgia. Along with 3 other delegates, we represented Hawaii and danced hula. We learned many new skills and met amazing people. We even made friends with 4-Hers from Idaho. County Camp was hosted by the Country Clovers with the Makahiki theme. With participants from the whole island, we learned the history of Makahiki seasons, played games, rap lao lao, and more. Many clubs take part in community service. Over 800 masks were made by 4-Hers and donated to firemen, hospitals, and care homes. These are some of the clubs of the East Hawaii Federation. Here are the Hilo Hongwanji Cloverbuds, led by the Superstars 4-H Club. The Hamakua Livestock 4-H Club, the Country Clovers 4-H Club, the Shooting Sports 4-H Club, Aloha Cloverbuds 4-H Club, and the CSI 4-H Club.
Thank you, Maya. Now let's welcome Jana Masunaga from West Hawaii.
Aloha. My name is Jana Masunaga, and I was this past year's West Hawaii Federation Vice President. It is my pleasure to share with you all tonight the fun and memorable events that our Federation did. From West Hawaii, Jordan Bear from the Fire Nation 4-H Club and Manami Oswald from the Nahonu 4-H Club were able to travel to Atlanta, Georgia to attend the 2019 National 4-H Congress. There, the 4-Hers were able to befriend the other 4-Hers there from around the country and enjoy the fall season in the mainland. Mana said that they were able to experience such different things and projects through 4-H, but were able to connect through our leadership skills. There. Our 4-Hers also participated at County Camp, where they were able to play some makahiki games, make volcanoes, and learn how to make tea leaf leis. The West Hawaii Federation participated in a community service project to help make packets of tomato, lettuce, green onion, and eggplant seeds for distribution to families across the island. 12 families altogether worked to make thousands of seed packets. Here are some of our few club highlights from our West Hawaii 4-H Federation. So the Busy Bee Buddies 4-H Club led Project Crib, creating readers and babies. They donated packets of books, CDs, and pamphlets about reading to mothers of newborns at the Kono Community Hospital. They also explored the culinary world by visiting Chef Patrick at Kohana Iki and learning how to make special dishes at the restaurant. With the rapid ohia death disease spreading quickly to ohia trees throughout the islands, the Busy Bee Buddies have been collecting and saving ohia seeds for the last 3 years to protect these important Hawaiian trees. And this past year, the club celebrated their Friendsgiving with gifts and lots of hugs. This year, one of the curriculums of the Malka Stars 4-H Club focused on was cooking and baking. One of the activities that they did was learning how to make onigiri-azu. Onigiri-azu are a sandwich type of musubi. The Malka Stars 4-H Club kept cooking things up all year. Carter, one of the members, taught everyone how to make happy rice, and the club baked pumpkin pies. They also got crafty and painted kindness rocks. With the help of friends and family, they were able to hide them outside, around the state, and as far away as Australia. They also took a field trip to Target to learn about how local businesses run. They learned about comparison shopping, taste testing, and the operations of the business. The 4-Hers of Malca Stars weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. On Earth Day, they planted trees together, and the Saipon and Sasaki families are growing tomatoes and sunflowers for the annual giant fruit and vegetable contest. This year, the Fire Nation built garden boxes at Hope Services homeless shelter in Kona. They planted tomatoes, basil, flowers, and plants to provide beauty and help feed the community at the shelter. They also volunteered at last year's Ironman event by helping out at the first aid tent. For the holidays, the Fire Nation 4-H Club members stepped up to join the Operation Christmas Child, filling shoeboxes with toys and gifts to be delivered to children in need across the world. They also helped raise money for Salvation Army. They also visited Life Care Center of Kona to spread some holiday cheer by singing Christmas carols, and the girls also enjoyed their own celebration at their annual Christmas party. Every year, the West Hawaii 4-H clubs come together to give presentations at Demonstration Day. This year's theme was Flavors of the USA. Members gave presentations about how to cook classic foods from different states. Then everyone was able to get a taste of their creation. From Georgia, we tried peach cobbler with whipped cream. From Louisiana, we had Mardi Gras king cakes and spicy jambalaya, then cooled it off with acai smoothies from Hawaii. We were so glad to have a chance to celebrate together before lockdown. For seniors like me that will be heading off to college, we love cooking, eating, and sharing with our fellow 4-Hers. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for this presentation about our 4-H year in West Hawaii. Oh, hello.
Thank you, Jana. Now let's welcome Tyree Espilio and Ikaika Phillips from Oahu County.
Hi, my name is Tyree, and I am in the Friendship Magic 4-H Club and the Oahu Shooting Sports Archery Club.
And my name is Ikaika Phillips, and I am the Clover Jays 4-H Livestock Club. We would like to present to you in what Oahu 4-H has done this past year.
We recently had our achievements and recognition ceremony, and this past year has really focused on our theme 4-H Hope, harnessing optimistic and positive expectations.
4-H Hope is where we did not focus on the situation of being stuck at home and cancel everything. 4-H Hope is focused on using this experience as a learning opportunity and challenge ourselves to make the impossible possible in a creative way.
Something greater, go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days we wanted everything. Mama said, burn your biographies, rewrite your history, light up your wildest dreams, museum victories. Every day we wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up, wanted everything, wanted everything. Stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Oh, stay up on that rise, stay up on that rise, never come down. Mama said, don't give up. It's a little complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living, didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling. I'm on the lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. The snow is falling and friends are calling you. I'm on the lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Just see those.
Shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how.
Thank you, Tyree and Ikaika. Next, let's welcome Caitlin Kitagawa from Maui County.
Aloha, my name is Caitlin Kitagawa and I am a 7-year member of the Lucky Clovers 4-H Club Youngers. The Maui County 4-H program has 14 clubs doing long-term projects this year. These clubs include Charmers and Little Charmers, Country Buckaroos, Glitter Girls, Green Valley Clovers, Ilima, Lucky Clovers Older and Younger, Makua Paniolos, Maui Girls, Maui Mongoose, Molokai 4-H Livestock, Wailuku Wranglers, and the Wolves. This year's club members chose a variety of projects, including animal science and livestock, career and workforce preparation, civic engagement, cloverbud activities, communication and public speaking, environmental education, financial management, food and nutrition, leadership, and visual arts. Our presentation tells the story of our journey in 4-H this year and includes highlights of projects from specific events that were planned by our clubs, such as Officer Training, Maui Fair Parade, National Congress, Halloween Spooktacular, Gingerbread House Contest, and the teaching demonstrations. It also showcases photos from previous events that we were unable to do this year, such as the Keiki Fest Fashion Review, Easter Cloverbud event, and the Tech Connect STEM event. We are planning to do our end-of-year county achievement celebration virtually this year and have some photos from the event from the last 2 years. We hope you enjoyed this look at the Maui County 4-H program.
much, Caitlin. And now, last but not least, let's welcome Kauai's presentation.
Aloha everyone, my name is Raven Orsatelli. I'm from Kauai County and a part of the Kauai 4-H Livestock Club and Kauai Federation. This presentation is based around the highlights that we as a county have accomplished throughout this year. We hope you enjoy. In October, 4-H Federation started our enrichment programs at a local private school on the west side of Kauai. Our volunteers taught classes such as Kids Can Cook and Gardening 101 to roughly 40 students every week. 4-H also participated in the Harvest Fest, where a needs assessment was done on the west side of Kauai, and also held activities such as potted plants and fresh, free local smoothies to the community. This event has roughly 1,000 to 2,000 people that attend annually. Also in October, our 4-H volunteers also started a Chemistry in the Kitchen series, which taught students about food safety and basic science experiments in the kitchen. In November, during this month, the cooking classes learned how to make lasagna soup and pumpkin pie mousse for Thanksgiving. Our federation also had our officer training, in which our officers got sworn in, and we were able to have multiple lessons on teamwork, listening, problem solving, and creativities. The students in the science in the kitchen learned about why certain soaps are used for certain jobs, such as dish soap for washing dishes. Also, in December, our extension agent Haley held our annual record book workshop this month, in which she had all the kids break up into groups, and she cut up the answers from a record book, and we had to glue them back together where they belonged. This really helped us understand which activities go into each section to help us complete our own record books. During this time, a lot of 4-H clubs had their annual Christmas party, in which our group made snow. Another big event that 4-H was a part of was Westside Ohana Day, in which we taught the community about sugary drinks and had participants guess how much sugar was in each of their favorite day-to-day drinks. In January, one of our newest enrichment programs that was added was Food Introduction, taught by our extension agent Haley. This class is revolved around having kindergartners learn about new foods and try new foods they may not regularly see at home. The students were able to explore foods such as Brussels sprouts, ulu, pumpkin, kale, and cauliflower in the 7-week course. During this month, our gardening class also received a big donation from our local nursery of plant starters for each student to replant and take home to take care of, with all the information that they learned through Gardening 101 with Auntie Chantel. Auntie Haley and Auntie Bridget also participated in STEM night on the North Shore of Kauai at Kilauea Elementary School, where they taught kids about 4-H and helped the students create potted plants for them to take home. They gave away roughly 200 potted plants with seeds such as zucchini, lettuce, and different types of flowers. In February, one of the biggest events of the Gardening 101 class was the final class, in which Auntie Chantel arranged a garden visit to a local nursery. The students were able to visit Kilohana Plantation and ride a train through their nursery, feed pigs, plant starters, bottle feed some goats, and work on team building exercises. Early March, Auntie Bridget and a few Kauai Federation 4-Hers participated in the Kalahau Health Fair. During this fair, we taught kids the importance of adding fruits and vegetables into their daily diets while handing out information about 4-H. As COVID hit, a lot of our 4-H clubs had to move to more virtual teaching and virtual meetings. During this time, one of the biggest topics 4-H Livestock Club did was a sewing mask workshop via Zoom. The leaders dropped off supplies to each family, and everyone tuned in to Zoom to hand sew their own 4-H masks for themselves and their families. In April, 4-H tried to show a lot of support during the hard time being here on Kauai during COVID. One of the biggest projects we completed were the signs of Aloha. We completed over 30 signs, from creating the boards, painting them, and putting them up in front of hospitals to show our support for our healthcare staff. In May, Also in May, we also wanted to show our support for the first responders. We got over 150 bags of wonton chips and donated them to our firefighters, ambulance staff, our chemo staff, as well as our mayor for all the extra long hours they put in to make sure our island is safe during the stressful time. Also in May, Kauai had 2 students participate in our statewide cooking challenge. Kauai had 1 high school winner, Luke De La Pena, and 1 middle school runner-up, Charlize Kennedy. We're so proud of them for representing Kauai so well. This month was the last phase of our community give back project. This month we decided to record stories that our 4-Hers read and compile all the videos and send them to our local hospitals, long-term and care homes. We know that during this time a lot of human interaction is limited or prohibited by family. This was a way for us to make those people feel like they are not forgotten and loved by friendly community faces. On behalf of Kauai County, we'd like to thank you so much for including our county in this amazing event and hope you all have a great night.
Thank you, Kauai. And thank you again to all the counties for your wonderful presentations. We love all of the work you are doing in your communities. Let's give them another round of applause. To end the evening, we would like to share Vivian Lee Ika's variety show entry this week from STAC. She won the People's Choice Award. Way to represent Hawaii, Vivian.
Find
As we come to the close of our 2020 Alii ceremony, I'd like to thank a few people for making this happen. First, thank you to our 2020 Ahaolelo Planning Committee members, Shayla Saifon from West Hawaii, Sarah Sakakihara and Marissa Felazar from Maui, Nora Black from Oahu, and myself from East Hawaii. Thank you to our East Hawaii County 4-H agent and advisor, Becky Setlich, for guiding our committee the whole way through. And thank you to Oahu County agent Christine Hanakawa and Superstars 4-H club leader and East Hawaii 4-H Federation advisor, Joe Atwell, for chaperoning at the STAC conference this week and for all of your support through this process. We also couldn't have done this without the help from the Hawaii 4-H Foundation and 4-H Alumni Association. I hope that everyone has had a great time tonight. We hope to see you again next year at the next 4-H Ahaolelo conference. Good night, everyone.